Hi everyone, Shai here. I hope all of you are doing good. Welcome to another new video. In the United States alone, more than 1,000 instances have been documented where large skeletons were discovered at various locations over the past 2 centuries. Frequently, these skeletons measure over 7 feet in height. This trend is not exclusive to the US. Similar discoveries have been made worldwide, ranging from a colossal Roman figure to a towering pharaoh of ancient times. Today, we'll explore the most massive human skeletons ever unearthed. Number 1. The Irish Curiosity. Technically, the Irish Curiosity is not so much a skeleton that was found but rather an unusually tall man who lived between 1761 and 1783. And whose skeleton was displayed at the Hunterian Museum after his death. The Irish giant's name was Charles Byron, and while most accounts put his height at between 8 feet 2 inches and 8 feet 4 inches, skeletal evidence shows that he was just over 7 feet 7 inches when he was alive. Many people made up stories about the cause of his great height, and one popular story was that he was conceived on top of a haystack. During his teen years, Charles left Ireland for Britain and became a celebrity thanks to his height. Most people referred to him as the wonderful Irish giant. Unfortunately, he didn't live long, and at the age of 22, he passed away. After his death, anatomist and preeminent surgeon John Hunter went against Byron's wishes that he be buried at sea and instead reduced Charles's corpse to its skeleton and displayed it at his museum, the Hunterian Museum. In 1909, an American surgeon studied the skeleton and surmised that Charles Byron had a pituitary tumor that caused his gigantism. Number 2. The San Diego Giant. On October 7, 1895, a newspaper known as The World reported that a mummy of the biggest man who ever lived had been found near San Diego. According to the paper, Professor Thomas Wilson, a curator in the Department of Prehistoric Anthropology at the Smithsonian Institute, together with other scientists, had inspected and even measured the skeleton. The skeleton measured roughly 9 feet, but other reports indicate that the mummy's actual height was 8 feet 4 inches. The paper also reported that the skeleton belonged to a Native American, and it was prehistoric. However, due to inferior dating methods at the time, scientists could not determine the exact age. Moreover, the skeleton's height greatly puzzled the scientists because there were no records of such people existing. In the year 1908, the San Diego mummy disappeared from the museum. As a result, the San Diego giant has always been embroiled in controversy, with some dismissing it as a hoax. Number 3. 18 Strange Giant Skeletons. In the year 1912, the New York Times reported the discovery of 18 giant skeletons. The skeletons were discovered by a team of archaeologists from Beloit College of Wisconsin in an excavation near Lake Delavan. According to the article, the skeletons' heights ranged from 7 feet 6 inches to 10 feet tall. Their skulls, though human, were larger than the skulls of any race that inhabited America at the time. Moreover, they had 6 fingers, 6 toes, and a double row of teeth similar to humans, but they had regular molars in the front of the jaw. Scientists concluded that the larger-than-average skull was the result of a longer lifespan. Soon after the discovery, the skeletons disappeared, and not much is known about them since then. Many people have proposed that the government deliberately erased all manner of evidence that pointed to a race of extremely tall people or giants. Others have dismissed the reports of giants as a hoax. Either way, one cannot deny that according to newspapers of the time, archaeologists indeed found these large human skeletons. Before moving on to the next point, I'd like to take a moment to introduce you all to my merchandise. You can support my content by getting your favorite products from my store or by simply joining my channel. Your support means a lot to me. Now, let's get back to the video. Number 4. Iowa's Mysterious Mounds. In 1897, archaeologists found the skeleton of a giant while digging through a mound in Iowa. A newspaper article at the time termed the discovery a matter of official record. According to measurements, the giant must have stood at 7 feet 6 inches when alive. Unfortunately, the skeleton crumbled to dust when exposed to the air, but archaeologists unearthed other artifacts such as a collar made of boar's teeth that were around the skeleton's neck and small copper beads across the thighs. The artifacts suggest the giant was of high stature. In another mound still in Iowa, archaeologists found a large chamber with 11 skeletons that were also quite large. The skeletons were arranged in a circle, and they had their backs against the wall. A seashell that had been converted into a drinking cup was at the center of the circle, and archaeologists believe it might have been a case of mass suicide. Number 5. Serpent Mound, Ohio. The Great Serpent Mound is one of the most well-documented skeleton finds in American history. The mound is a 370 feet effigy mound near Peebles. Ross Hamilton, a researcher and writer, has researched the mound thoroughly and written about the giants found at the mound in the 1890s. Another researcher, Professor Frederick Ward Putnam, excavated some of the mounds near the Serpent Mound, though he only found 6-foot-tall skeletons. Archaeologists still believe that the actual mounds harbored giants. Just recently, researcher Jeffrey Wilson discovered a postcard showing a 7-foot-tall skeleton from the Serpent Mound. No one knows if the 7-foot skeleton is among those discovered by Putnam, since he's the only person to have ever dug at the site. The debate among the archaeologists is ongoing, and even Jeffrey Wilson does not have the answers. However, one thing they all agree on is that the postcard is legitimate, and that it definitely depicts a giant. What do you think? Are these documented instances of large human skeletons legit? So, that was all for today. I hope you have watched the video up to this timestamp. Make sure to press the like button if it amazed you. Press the subscribe button if you still haven't subscribed to the channel, as it's totally free. You can follow me on all social media platforms. All links are given in the description. You can also watch other cool stuff. The playlist link is also mentioned in the description. I will catch you up soon in the next video. Till then, peace out.